Welcome to HoodChampionBoxing Sports. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna probably go live on this issue sometime today, but I just wanted to put this out to you. Listen, it's out of control, man. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has declared that transgender boxing will be allowed by the WBC in a new separate category in 2023. We will never allow a transgender-born man to fight a woman, but are creating rules so trans boxing can take place. So I guess this is one way to solve the problem, right? By ensuring these transgender athletes, in particular, individuals who are born a male but now are identifying as females, right? It's good to have their own category so that they're fighting each other and not giving them an advantage over an opponent who was actually born a female. All right. Now, for those of you who are probably going to disappoint me and say, if a male identifies as a female, he should be treated as a female. Listen. I know this is a sensitive topic for people, but I'm going to go ahead and say right now, when it comes to combat sports, when it comes to any sport, right, to take a male who says he identifies as a female and allow him to compete and to blow the women out, and then to recognize them as being these super brave people, to recognize them as being these outstanding athletes, that is a foul, man. You know, we can't come out here and take it to the stupid. All right? Now, I understand that, you know, everybody has a way they feel about certain things when it comes to transgender athletes. Hey, I'm not saying they're right or wrong, right? But when you are a male, like, for example, this situation here, look at the face on Fallon, the fighter on the left. That's a damn man. And this clown who identifies as a woman, right? He gets in an MMA fight and cracked the opponent's skull. Now, these lawmakers, these guys who are running sports, they gotta have a backbone, man. Because what happened here, that should have never happened. And I understand with a lot of women are brave. A lot of women feel that they can do what a man can do. And I get it. Everyone should be treated equally, should be received with the same respect. I get it. But there's just some things that I don't think we should ever allow for safety reasons. It has nothing to do with a woman being brave, have nothing to do with a woman being inferior to a man. It's just safety precautions. All right. Now, they're probably out of, let's say, 100 different female fighters, right? You could probably pair them up with a male fighter, same weight, and then let them get in the ring. Now, depending on skill level, right? See, this is where you have a problem. If you get a female fighter, boxer or MMA, wrestler, or in any combat sports, pair her up with a male, same weight, right? Now, if they have the same level of experience, I just don't see the female beating them. Just being honest with you. Now, if you take an experienced female boxer, wrestler, MMA fighter, right? And put her in there with a male at the same weight who has little to no experience. Well, then, skills pay the bills, but I'd say she has a 50% chance of winning that fight and a 50% chance of losing just because of the strength and of the male that it's hard for the woman to compensate for. And as a result, she can find herself getting overpowered. But there will be instances where the female will win. But when you take, like I said, a woman and put her in there against a man, look, man, with the same skill level, and the guy more than likely is going to be stronger than her, right? It's just not right. It's just not right. It's frustrating to me. It's just wrong. That's like putting a female in there to play rugby with all men. Or taking a man and throw him in there to play in an all-women's league. That's just not safe. And these transgender athletes, if they want to come and fight, they should do what Mauricio Suleiman is doing. I know a lot of people don't agree with it because they're opposed to change. Me personally, it's different. I'm not sure I'm going to be I have a way I feel about my kids watching this kind of stuff. We watch boxing together, man. But I'm not sure I'm going to be allowing my kids to watch transgender athletes box each other. I just don't think so, man. My guys are a little too young, man. Once they get older, man, 15, 16, they can understand things and process things. That's a little bit different, but I definitely won't be having any fight parties at my house to watch transgender fighters go against each other. I'm just not doing that. It's just not my thing. But I will say, and a positive note, that it's what Suleiman is doing is correct. There should be a transgender category, because when you have a male getting there fighting a female in MMA or boxing and they break her jaw or they fracture her or they give her brain damage or some bleeding on the brain or something like that, what are people going to say then? You already had this clown in MMA, fractured this lady's skull. You had these clowns in track and field go out there, man, and blow away all the female competition. You having these clowns in high schools and junior high schools being allowed to race with the females because they identify as a female even though they were born a male. Like, this isn't a human's right thing. This is to me right and wrong. If you're born a man, your ass is a man. A male, you're a male. A female, you're a female. I don't care what testosterone you take or what different, I don't know, man, injections. I don't even know what the whole process, man. But whatever you're doing to try to become a man or become a female, I don't care how close that gets you to feeling that way, you're still a man. There's no tablet. There's no process that can go and affect the chromosomes. They can't take someone who was born as a male and go through a process and now they're a female. I take a female and go through a process and now become a male. Like, it just doesn't work that way. No matter what you put your body through, no matter what kind of psychological training you go through, whatever it is to help you prepare for the life you want to live, you're born a male, you're a male. You're born a female, you're a female. You can feel how you want. And I'm not saying anyone's wrong for feeling how they want. I'm just saying, if you're born a man or you're born a female, you need to stay, when it comes to combat sports, you need to stay facing other males and other females. And if you're going through this whole process, transgender process, then they need to be transgender fighters need to be fighting each other. And that's just it. And I'm glad for that. I don't know how many, when it comes to boxing, just how many professional athletes are transgender. But I would think it would be a very, very small, a very concentric group of athletes competing. But this is the thing about the WBC. They kind of set the trend. I mean, they're all about themselves. They're all about money. And it is what it is with the WBC. But I think they're getting it right by at least creating this category. A lot of people are gonna say horrible things about it, but we can't do that, because if you have someone who identifies as a woman, but really is born a male, I mean, it's not right to prevent them from competing in sports they love, but just make it an even playing field by having them go up against other transgender athletes. Or, again, you're born a man, go in there and fight men, okay? But I'm telling you, that's going to make it real uncomfortable for a lot of professional boxers. I'm telling you that right now. A lot of them aren't going to want to get in there. They're not going to want to do it. There's not too many George Foremans running around anymore. And the reason why I bring up George Foreman is because you guys remember when Tommy Morrison tested positive for HIV, no one wanted to fight him. There was only one person who said that they would fight him. That was Big George Foreman. And, it is what it is, man. But I'm going to leave it as that. Transgender, boxers, mixed martial art fighters, wrestlers. Look, it's not cool. You already had a situation where one of them broke the female opponent's skull and was received as an intrepid hero and who was celebrated as the bravest athlete in history for getting in front of the world, fighting as a female, although he was born a male, and people just thought that was so brave of him. And I just think that's bullshit. Just like when you had Franchon Dezern fighting against that female boxer, the one who tested positive for drugs. Now that, although she looked like a man, that was a female. But for there to be the kind of outrage to have two females fight each other and one being on PEDs, right? And that person to get banned or to find herself getting in trouble, right? How can we sit there and not be okay with that? Two females, just one's on PEDs, right? And those PEDs give her an advantage. Proves her stamina, proves her strength, proves her endurance, proves her punch resistance, proves her power. But we're not okay with that. But you sit there and take a man who wants to be recognized as a woman, not on any PEDs, but still a damn man, and put him in there with a female and let him do what he's going to do. That's underscoring one of my favorite sayings of taking it to the stupid. Foul, foul, foul. But that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all keep cool. At least Suleiman is trying to deal with the issue. Most other people just avoid it, sweep it underneath the rug. He's like, hey, this is what they want to do. All right, we'll accommodate you. But this is going to be how we approach it. And then there's the other reason for him really wanting to take this on is because he sees this as an opportunity to make some real dough. There's going to be a lot of different people who don't support it, but there's going to be a lot of people who do support it. And there's going to be some money behind it. And Suleiman is all about his dinero. That's what he should change his name is. Mauricio. That should be his nickname, Mauricio Dinero Suleiman, because he's all about his damn money. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, people from all 7 continents. And I want to make sure I say that everyone deserves a right to fight and do what they enjoy in life. But I just don't think a woman born a woman who recognizes herself as a male should be competing with men. She can get hurt. It's like taking a female and throw her ass out there on the football field and she get her ass hurt. You can't come out there whining now. And taking a man who recognizes himself as a female, throw him into with females, crack somebody's skull or kill someone, and then they throw their ass in jail. You can't start crying and whining now. So let's just do it the right way. Keep everybody safe. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.